Hi, this is Daniel Russell and welcome back to DSR Ghostwriting here on YouTube or LinkedIn if you're watching it here too. Today I want to talk about another question I get absolutely all the time from prospective clients, from people that are interested, and that is, well, what exactly is a ghostwriter? Daniel, you brand yourself as a ghostwriter. What does that mean exactly? So the first thing to say about a ghostwriter is just a type of freelance writer. There isn't really much difference between your average freelance writer and a ghostwriter, except that somebody that kind of holds himself out as a ghostwriter probably does a lot of ghostwriting or maybe even exclusively ghostwriting. So when we're talking about what ghostwriting is, we're basically talking about a form of writing in which you do not get attribution as the writer for the work you put out. And when we're talking about attribution in the ghostwriting language, we're talking about something called a byline. A byline is, as the name suggests, the little line that says by Daniel Russell or by Joe Blogs that appears at the top of a piece of authorship, whether that's something online or in a print publication or somewhere else. So when you're ghostwriting, when I'm ghostwriting for a CEO or a CTO or a company entrepreneur, that piece is often accredited to the person in the company, and there's no evidence that I'm the writer that actually wrote those words. So basically, ghostwriters are freelance writers that either exclusively focus on ghostwriting or they predominantly focus on ghostwriting. Now, traditionally, ghostwriters were considered to be freelance writers who help on book authorship projects. So if the client wants to have a book authored, whether that's a self-published book, personal book, or whether that's a business book, then they would enlist the help of a ghostwriter. However, my personal belief, and this isn't solely because it's what I do, is that these days it makes a lot more sense to broaden out the definition of ghostwriter. And that's because there's just the landscape of projects that ghostwriters are asked to undertake these days is a lot wider than books. Ghostwriters are commonly enlisted to take on articles, blogs, social media posts. And I also argue that speechwriters basically should be thought about as ghostwriters, because speech writing, for the most part, is actually ghostwriting. So the short answer to who is a ghostwriter is, well, basically it's a type of freelance writer who is either a specialist in ghostwriting, and I'll talk in another video about what those skills are, or it's a freelance writer that just does a lot of ghostwriting. Ghostwriting can mean books. It can also mean social media posts. It can mean articles. It can mean blogs. There's a lot of different types of ghostwriting. It's a really interesting profession. And if you are interested in hiring a ghostwriter for your next project, then please feel free to check out my website at dsrghostwriting.com. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing on YouTube or following DSR Ghostwriting if you're watching this on LinkedIn. Another video coming up to you soon.